a computer or anything other than my iPad, so this is going to be a good old-fashioned one-take video. So things that I want to talk to you about today, Jay, because today has just been insane. I'm working with the guys who did the aquarium at the Smithsonian because I'm working their booth for this weekend's event. And MACNA, of course, is the Marine Aquarium Conference of North America, which is just loads of fun. But anyway, dude, today was really interesting for a lot of reasons because I was put in all these situations where you really just had to kind of figure stuff out and kind of just had to rely on your ability to know that you can figure it out. For example, today at one point in time, a guy asked me to go find wood and cut it to size with nothing other than a hacksaw, and I'm at a convention center where there's just not plentiful wood laying around, so this was just like the most unusual thing ever, and I had no idea how to approach it. But fortunately I found some pallets and beat the crap out of them until they were broken down into smaller pieces and cut them to size, and so it worked out pretty well. But other than that, also I needed a refractometer to measure the salinity of the salt water in the tanks that we were setting up, and I was at this show, and for some reason the salt water is reading high, which is a problem. And so I'm looking for another refractometer, which at a saltwater convention you would have to imagine that there would be everywhere. I went to every booth looking for one and could not find one, and so it was very frustrating and I didn't know what to do. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that other than keep going on, so I did. And Jay, unfortunately, this is pretty much as I can talk about today. It was definitely a day full of something that reminded me of a college study called, it was Hofstede's. He researched these just different attributes of workers around the world, and one of those was uncertainty avoidance, which is basically anybody's basically how they handle situations that are kind of ambiguous, where there's not an obvious solution to a certain problem. And I was dealing with that a lot today, and I thought that I handled it well. But basically my question, Jay, is how do you handle ambiguous situations? And I am sorry that this video has to be a single take. I'm sorry that there's no outro or intro, but this is pretty